Thank you for having me here today. So I work as a community coordinator for an organization in the community called One Crown Heights. And it's a coalition of organizations, elected officials, and lay leaders working to bridge relationships between the Black and Orthodox Jewish communities and offer community resources as well. We have a yearly annual festival, usually in August. And this year it's going to be August 20th, 2023, save the date. Anyway, shameless plug. Anyway, so recently I went on a trip to the South, particularly Montgomery and Selma, Alabama, and Atlanta, Georgia. So I'll tell you that I am an Orthodox Jamaican American, Jewish Jamaican American, Orthodox Jewish Jamaican American. And I grew up, I was born in America. My mother's Jamaican, my father's American, he's from Alabama. I myself was born in Phoenix City, Alabama, but I didn't spend a lot of time with the south side of my family, if you will. I spent more time growing up with the Jamaican side of my family, but I just wanted to take this time, during the trip that I went to the South, there was this idea floating around about emphasizing this idea of remembering and retelling the stories of our past that brought us to this present time. So I wanted to take this time to be thankful and to show gratitude for the strong matriarchs in my family. So like the Jewish thing, let's discuss that a second. So I was in, when I was in Jamaica, it's so funny, like, it's weird, when you're growing up, you don't remember, there's so many little things when you're a little kid you don't pay attention to, but it was when I was a teenager, maybe about 15 or so, there was a funeral. I noticed the picture was like black and white sepia tone or something, and I was like, no offense or anything, but who's the white lady on the wall? What's going on with that? And then they were like, oh, that's your great grandma. I met her when I was a kid, but that was like, oh, I didn't put, two and two together. It's a black and white photo, so this happens. So in any case, they're like, yeah, she's Jewish. And then they just kind of walked off, and that was that. And I was like, huh? We don't talk about this. What's going on? So traditionally, the Judaism will go through the mom, and funny enough, she only had one girl. That was her only child, was a girl, and so I'll move on to my grandmother. My mom's mom. Anyway, so she was a teacher, and actually all my grandparents were teachers, but she was a teacher, and I really loved her and respected her, and noticed how hard she worked, and just the way that she would go around the house, and it was always like, okay, we're gonna do this as a team, everyone, this is your assignment, you'll take this corner, you'll take that corner, we're gonna do it together, and it's all gonna get, done chick-chock, and yeah. So I remember thinking like, oh, well, everyone, we're all a team, it's all equal, it's like, this is where, I'm working in social justice, and this idea of like everyone does the work, it's equal, like everyone should be doing the same amount of work as everyone else. And so, I'd see my grandfather and be like, hey, hi. So I noticed grandma's doing all the work, and but you're not participating. And he'd be like, you've got me, okay. And then he'd immediately do dishes or something. So, kids, they're watching. I'll also just, I guess since we're in the matrilineal line here, I'll just say like, my mom is phenomenal and has such a fiery personality and has given me the opportunities and choices and options and opportunities by struggling to provide us with, my sister and I, with private education, extracurricular activities like violin, tennis, etc., etc. So there's that, and then I will move to my father's side of the family. Geraldine was my grandmother on that side, and she was a teacher. And I just, you know, I watched this Hidden Figures movie. I didn't, you know, being a like willful teenager, you don't fully understand the extent of everything she had to go through to get to where she was, you know. And I'm thinking, oh, you know, like, weird teenage stuff. I really met her and really connected with her more when I was 16 years old. And at the time, yeah, I'm gonna go back for a second. So watching this Hidden Figures movie, I didn't realize like all the things that she had to go through. You know, she grew up in the South. She went to school. She got her master's in math and science. She became a teacher in high school. She later on moved on to work in the Board of Education down in Phoenix City, Alabama. And when I met her when I was 16, she was running for mayor of Phoenix City, Alabama. And it was the first time any African American person had ever run for mayor of a city that is predominantly African American people.
Wow.
First time. And, okay. And, when she didn't win, however, she sparked something in that community. And one of her students actually became one of the first Black mayors of that city. So I'm just gonna, I guess since this is my time.
That was truly an amazing story.
Yeah.
It needs 2 applause.
Yeah.
So we have one person left.